Welcome to Steeltown Football, folks. I'm Bill, and this is Mike, and we're here to tell you all about your Pittsburgh Steelers. I am just a roving reporter who covers sports of all kinds. Mike here is the expert on all things Steelers. So good to see you, Mike. We're discussing the draft today. Is that correct?
Yes, Billy. It is the most wonderful time of the year.
It's the most wonderful time. It's the year,
Yeah,
it's the time of year we get to boo Roger Goodell.
absolutely. And there'll
He
be
likes it
plenty of
too.
those in Pittsburgh. So
That's right.
yes,
Oh,
it's
yes. There's going to be lots of boos of Roger Goodell.
lots of booze. And this
Yeah,
one, yeah, this year will be a little special just because it's
that's
in
right. Yes,
Pittsburgh. A lot
because
of
the
Steeler greats
draft,
coming back.
the draft is in the Pittsburgh Steelers parking lot.
Yes, it
Correct?
is. Yes,
So,
looks pretty cool.
yeah. So, for you, we've discussed this earlier, folks. We're going to discuss the Aaron Rodgers debacle and how a 42-year-old man is holding hostage a franchise that's almost 100 years old.
Right.
So, take it away, Mike, and tell us what the status of Aaron is.
I don't think anybody knows, man. I think I don't know. Maybe he's maybe he's underground again. You know. I have a theory that he's hanging out with Punxsutawney Phil.
He's
He's hanging
hung
out with
out with Punk.
Punxsutawney
That
Phil.
is
He's
in Pennsylvania,
underground.
isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
And they're trying to figure out life together. I don't know.
Okay.
But I mean, the talk is that, he wants a lot more money.
Well, that's
And,
not unusual because everybody wants a little more
you know,
money.
but, I mean, I just don't, I mean, just like you said, he's 42 years old. Is that our best use of money? I can't believe
It's
that they're
okay.
even,
It's not your future. I don't
no.
care who you are. A 42-year-old man, because I've passed 42 a couple of years ago, is not the future of a quarterback in the NFL. How many 42-year-olds are playing offensive line?
I don't think anybody.
There you
No.
go.
I mean, Travis Kelsey, as old as he is, he's 35, and he was debating
Yes.
on whether or not to come back. But I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, I think we have to get younger at that position. We have to
Yeah.
get younger, and I just don't. We drafted Will Howard, you know.
Well,
I mean,
you, they have answers, but obviously they refuse to say this is the answer.
I don't know if this is Mike McCarthy's last dance with Aaron Rodgers. They want to, make up for their little falling out there in Green Bay, years ago. I don't know. I mean, um,
This is
if
the
Aaron Rodgers
NFL.
does come back, I
This is
hope we don't
th-
pay him a lot.
this is this is not touchy feely stuff. The fans want to win. If they can win with a 42-year-old, fine. If they can win with a 20-year-old, fine. They don't care. Just win, baby. And
Just
you
win,
got
baby. Yeah.
and you have this 42-year-old man who knows he may be hanging out in a hollowed out log with Puxatawny Phil. Dude, make a decision.
Exactly. I think that's the big thing. Make a decision. Are you in or are you out?
Yeah,
If you're in, then, get to OTAs, get to the training
yeah,
facility, start working out with the new receiver we just signed, Michael Pittman, during the
yeah.
offseason, get with DK Metcalf, as long as he's not in the stands grabbing somebody or whatever. But you're right. Make a decision and move forward so the Steelers can kind of plan around. I mean, I think Aaron Rodgers still. I mean, I thought he had a pretty decent year last year, and with some
Yeah,
weapons around him this year,
he played
he can
perfectly
still
fine. He got
play.
your
But
team to
make
the
up your mind,
playoffs.
man.
You know. Well,
I
okay.
mean, make up your mind.
I'm going to use a quarterback from way back when. Joe Montana. Joe Montana. Did he sit around and say, I'm going to think about this for a while? No. He just told him straight up, I'm playing or I'm not. How hard is that?
It's pretty simple. I mean, if you're
Yeah.
thinking about retiring, aren't you already retired? I
Yeah.
don't know.
If
I mean,
look,
it's not
if you,
like he looked god awful last year. He actually looked pretty decent,
yeah.
really, with no wide receivers minus
Mhm.
DK Metcalf and on shaky ground in some other areas. So just make up your mind. And it would be
All
nice
right.
if he made up his mind to the draft so we could plan around them.
All right. Enough of that. We've wasted enough time.
Yes, we
We're
did.
moving
Yeah.
on to the draft. Okay, we got 3 topics: offense, defense, special teams. We're going to start with offense. What do the Steelers need?
Well, I mean, some of the things that I've read, is, well, first of all, we need a quarterback of the future, but, um, you know,
Skip that.
a lot of people seem to believe that the 2027 draft is deeper at that position.
Okay. Okay.
But I've also heard reports that the Steelers, Mike McCarthy has gone on record as saying that they're probably going to draft a quarterback in the middle rounds. The dude from Penn State's name has come up. The Drew Aller guy from Penn State's name has come up. But to me, I think it's wide receiver or offensive line.
Yeah.
They're really high on this guard from Penn State, who in his career at Penn State rarely allowed a sack, rarely was penalized. Vega, Ione, I think is his name. I'm probably butchering his last name, but he's 6'4", 320.
Okay.
There's a lot of talk that offensive guard they could target that in the draft, but they also, I think, want to target wide receiver.
Yeah.
They got DK Metcalf, they got Michael Pittman, but I think we only have 4 wide receivers right now on their active roster. So I think, wide receiver could be a first round pick.
Yeah. But you also mentioned to me the other day that the Steelers have 12 picks in this draft.
Yes, we have 12 picks. We picked 21st in the first round, but yeah, we have 12 picks, and that's tied for most in the league.
Yeah.
We got 4 compensatory picks from the losses, in free agency.
Mm-hmm.
But we got 1 in the first, 1 in the second. We got 3 third-round picks, 2 4th-round picks, and 2 7th-round picks. Okay. So the Steelers,
So if they wanted to move up to the top 10, they could put together 4 draft picks for this year, and somebody would probably take it. I mean, I would trade. Say I had the 8th pick, I would trade that for a 2nd round, 2/3, and a 7th, probably.
Yeah, it's kind of like we have all this extra draft capital, but the only quarterback that people are really talking about is that Mendoza guy who's going to go to the Raiders.
Yeah.
Ty Simpson is,
we have to
move on. Are the Steelers going to give up picks?
We got to move on from the quarterback, Mike.
To get a quarterback? No.
Your mentality's got to change here.
Yes.
You just said you need offensive line. You need wide receivers.
Wide receivers. That's my vote.
I think your offensive line from last year was pretty good because Aaron Rodgers didn't get sacked that many times. He didn't take a lot. He wasn't hurried a ton every other day, every other game. So I personally think wide receivers would be good for you. From being a reporter and casually observing the Steelers. So anyway, but we'll see what Mike McCarthy says, what he wants to do. I assume he has 90% control over who they draft, wouldn't you say?
I'm not so sure it's 90%. I believe it's a 3-person deal,
Okay.
It's Art Rooney, it's Omar Khan, our GM, and then Mike McCarthy.
Is Art Rooney as involved as some owners are?
I've heard he's very involved. Yes.
Okay.
Or at least has a say in it.
All right.
I don't think he's a Jerry Jones type guy, but I think he is involved, and certainly, I think he trusts the people around them, but I've heard it's like the 3 of them that.
Yeah. Well, Jerry Jones has 90%. He's the owner, the general manager. Right. Almost a head coach. Anyway, all right. So we're going to move on to defense. So offense, offensive line, wide receiver. Defense. How did you do stopping the run last year?
We didn't stop many people at all there, Billy. We were kind of all over the place. Very, very inconsistent.
All right. How was your pass rushing? How was your pass rushing?
Decent, you know.
Okay.
We certainly, I think, had games where, we got like a bunch of turnovers.
Yeah. Yeah, you had a
But I
game like
think,
you had 6 turnovers.
yeah, I mean, but we had a lot of games where we couldn't stop anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I think there are definitely some playmakers there. I mean, Cam Hayward, signed like an extension, but again, he's in his mid to late 30s.
Yeah.
Well, mid 30s, I guess. He is certainly older for a defensive lineman.
Okay.
But we're slowly trying to get younger on the defensive side of the ball. We drafted Derek Harmon last year on the D line, but I've read in some of the mock drafts that edge rusher could be a position that we would want to target. And there's a dude from Clemson they keep talking about.
Well, that's you're putting pressure on the quarterback. So
right, and doing better against the run.
Would they trade up for an offensive player or a defensive player if they had the option?
Oh boy,
dude, you're the expert here. Talk to me, Goose.
I would I would think we would trade up for an offensive player.
Okay.
I mean, Mike McCarthy is an offensive-minded guy.
Yeah.
If Aaron Rodgers does come back and he thinks that this is the chance, with a pretty good quarterback.
Say Aaron doesn't come back. Say Will Howard is your guy.
Oh boy.
Does Will Howard need more protection? Does he need better receivers?
I would say both. I mean, I think in the first, I think we have to address, O-line, and wide receiver, because right now we don't have a number 3 wide receiver. That was our big problem last year.
All right. So what you're saying is their first round pick Thursday is going to be an offensive player.
I think it's going to be offense.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Not quarterback, but I think it's going to be O-line or wide receiver.
All right.
I think we need to score more points. We had trouble putting the ball in the end zone last year.
Yeah.
And with this West Coast offense that they're trying to install.
Today's NFL, you need somebody to throw it to.
Right.
Especially when your best wide receiver / tight end, whatever he is getting in fights in the stands.
Right.
Need something
just
better.
Not real smart. Yeah. I think it's going to be offense. I mean, and McCarthy is an offensive-minded guy. So I think you have to go offense.
Yeah. And just for you folks out there, don't worry. We are going to do a post-draft show, and we're going to break it all down because we're better than Mel Kiper and all these other yahoos. I got one thing to say about Mel Kiper. There's no way on this earth that everybody's the greatest player you've ever seen.
Right. And
have you ever noticed that?
Yes. And remember how high he was on Kenny Pickett when the Steelers drafted him?
Yeah. Hey, dude, it's just his.
I remember great pick, great solid, and nothing against Kenny Pickett. I think he was a victim of, a bad Steelers offensive coordinator and really came in at the wrong time. But it's quite obvious that he was not a first round pick.
Yeah.
And we made him a first round pick, but Mel Kiper praised that pick. He thought it was great.
So anyway, all right, so defense, you think that they're possibly looking at a in rusher
and cornerback as well. I think cornerback is a concern.
Okay. So that's 4 positions. They got 12 picks. We shall see.
Yeah. Inside linebacker, you really can't go wrong there. I mean, again, we need to find ways to plug the holes. And TJ Watt's not getting any younger. And as I mentioned,
but they're paying TJ Watt a lot of money. This would be the second year of his massive contract.
Oh boy, that sounds about right. Yeah.
How long is that deal?
I'm not sure.
Will he be 40 when it's over?
Well, right. Well, how old is he now? He's like what?
I don't know. I'm sure he's probably 32, 33.
I mean, he's probably got a couple of years left.
He's been playing a while. His brother's retired, so anyway, we'll have to look that up for the next show we got going on.
But we got to get younger though. got to get younger on the defensive side of the ball, and we got to stop the run. I mean, Cam Hayward had a fantastic year last year, but I mean, there are games where we couldn't stop anybody. We couldn't stop the high school team down the street. I mean,
that's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, we got some pretty good high school teams here, but we couldn't stop the run. So I think we definitely need some depth and some youth on the defensive side of the ball to
well, the
play
good thing
some of those goals.
The good thing about it is they have lots of picks to either trade for better players, draft guys that they hope. Drafting talent is hard. I mean, you can have all the knowledge in the world, but you just don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, you're absolutely right.
You've seen them in college, and man, they look great. Jamarcus Russell, they look great. But when they get to the NFL, it just doesn't seem to work out well. But then you have people like Tom Brady, who only started his senior year for Michigan, and then look what happened.
Look what happened.
Joe Montana was drafted in the 3rd round. You don't know.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I agree. But I think I mean, I think
I'm just saying, you shouldn't give people rag on people for drafting somebody's, because it's hard. It's a hard thing to do, to draft different kinds of talent. So, all right, we're gonna move on to special teams. So your kicking game, what do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, Chris Boswell he's been great for us.
Yeah, did quite well with that.
I mean, he's drilling kicks from 50 yards plus pretty consistently. Yeah. He kicks well at home, kicks well on the road. I mean, he's kept us in so many games. So,
you're set there. So what we've learned here, folks, is we're set at one position, the kicker. But hey, your kicker scores an average of like 6 to 9 points a game.
I mean,
that's a big deal.
He's a big, he's a guy that you can rely on, and if you got whoever our quarterback's going to be, you always, I mean, we get the ball inside our opponent's 40-yard line. I mean, he's right there. Right there. I mean, he's nailed some, 55-yard kicks. Yeah. I mean, he's not automatic, but he's very reliable.
If you have a guy that you can count on to kick a 45-yard field goal pretty much every time, you've got something worth money.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, we
look at a 45. Say it again.
I was just going to say, I know, and the guy's name is eluding me. I know we lost one of our big special teams guy. We lost our special teams coach, Danny Smith, who's now with Tampa Bay. Yeah. And I know one of our big special teamers, and I can't remember his name, left in free agency to go down to join the Bucs with our former coach. So I think we definitely need to continue to find those good all around special teamers. Gosh, I can't remember the dude's name.
It's okay. We'll get it next time. Anyway, folks, we're going to wrap this up. So just remember, this is the Pittsburgh Steelers pre-draft show. And we just discussed how we don't know. We're just hoping that the experts know. Remember, like and subscribe, because we need your help. And we're going to come back for a post-game a post-draft analysis of how great the Steelers are going to be with those 12 picks that they've accumulated for this season. Right,
absolutely.
Mike? Absolutely.
Here we go.
That's right.
Go Steelers. Right.
Go Steelers. Super Bowl or bust, baby.
Super Bowl and bust. It's going to be a great couple of days in the Steel City.
That's
right. It's going to be fun to watch, man. It's a big deal for Pittsburgh and the city, and it'll be cool as a Steelers fan. It'll be extra special seeing all the old Steeler greats coming back.
Yeah, I'll probably watch about 15 minutes of the draft and kind of read about it on Sunday.
I'll watch probably most of Thursday and Friday, and then read about Saturday.
Yeah. Anyway, I heard they're shorting the draft time this year to like 6 minutes or something, maybe 7.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Oh, wow.
Yeah. I think it used to be 10, and they're dropping to 7 to try to get the draft moving faster.
Right.
So they don't have to spend so much time back in the, the frou-frou room where all the stars are hanging out waiting to get drafted. The legendary people that have legendary on
there. Right. Yes.
You know what I'm
waiting
saying?
for the name to get. Yeah, I hear you.
All right, folks.
And the number one pick. The number one pick isn't even going to be there. Mendoza's not even going to be there.
Oh, really?
He's staying in Miami with his family, I believe, so he won't even be there.
Man, I would go just to boo Roger Goodell. All right, folks. That's all we got for today.
Cool.
Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Like and subscribe to Steel Town Football, because this season it's going to be great.
Yes, it is. Go Steelers.
Steelers.
We're from the town with the great football team. We cheer the Pittsburgh Steelers.